everyone. My name is Dr. Sharan Srinivasan and I am a stereotactic and functional neurosurgeon and the head of the Department of Neurosciences at the Bhagwan Mahavir Jain Hospital, Bengaluru, India. I am also the chairman and managing director of PRS Neurosciences, a clinical neurosciences company. Today, October 29th is World Stroke Day. All of you know that stroke is a big, damaging disease and causing death and disability to many of our near and dear ones. I'm quite sure many of us have at least one person in the family, close family, who has suffered from a stroke and either has lost a dear one because of a stroke or have a person in the house who is disabled because of a stroke. Nowadays, we are seeing younger and younger patients who are getting afflicted by this disease called stroke, or lakwa is what we call in Hindi or Sanskrit or even Kannada, and this is actually becoming a big problem. So today I want you to give three messages. Number one is, how do I prevent a stroke? BP, sugar, cholesterol problems, smoking, sedentary lifestyle, overweight, like heart, all these are risk factors for a stroke. So I request all of you to check yourselves regularly, have a general health checkup done, detect these problems early, take medications regularly, don't be negligent, and make sure you have your discipline so that you can minimize the risk of a heart attack or a stroke. Second is, what happens if a stroke actually happens? How do I know somebody is getting a stroke? I want to give you a small narration here. Imagine it's 2 o'clock in the morning and somebody in your house, a father, mother, brother, sister, somebody complains of left-sided chest pain. What comes to your mind immediately? Heart attack. And will you rush the patient to a gynecology hospital? Of course not. You will rush the patient to a hospital which has a full-time cardiologist. You go to the emergency, you are hyperactive, you say, I think my father is having a heart attack, please do this, please do that, call this, call that. A serious hangama is happening and all investigations is done as soon as possible. Now let me tell you the good news. 90% of chest pain is of non-cardiac origin, like acidity or something else. Only 10% is because of the heart. But because we investigated, we get this information. But more importantly, imagine the same 2 o'clock in the morning, the same father, mother, brother, sister complains to you of some headache or some numbness in the hand or leg. Do you really rush them to the hospital? Or you say, I have a Saradon, let me see tomorrow morning. What am I trying to communicate? Heart is important, brain is not important. This is how much the general public is unaware or ignorant about how the brain can present as a stroke. So headaches, slurring of speech, difficulty in walking, difficulty in concentration, many of these are symptoms of an impending stroke. We have something called FAST, F-A-S-T. F is if one half of the face becomes little cross. Number one, that is F. A is arm. If the patient lifts up both the hand, if one of the arm is a little weak and going down. S is speech. If the patient is having difficulty in speaking, if any of these three is happening, pick up the phone fast and rush the patient to the nearest hospital which can handle all types of stroke. So Bhagwan Mahavir Jain Hospital is one of the few hospitals in Bengaluru city which can handle all types of stroke. Why is this important? Is because number one, if there are 2 types of strokes, ischemic stroke and hemorrhagic stroke. Ischemic stroke is when inside the blood vessel some clot happens and that area of the brain beyond the blood vessel does not get its blood supply. So that means the brain is not getting enough oxygen. So we have to quickly dissolve this blood clot so that we can restore the blood circulation back to the brain. So we have some types of clot busting drugs available. Either we can give it IV or sometimes we do an angiogram, go where the clot is and pull it off. This is very important because this can be done very, very quickly. And if it's not done within, let us say, 3 to 4.5 hours, then a lot of brain gets damaged. I want to give you one very shocking information that most of you, I'm sure, will not know. Remember, for every second that the brain does not get blood supply, all of us have around 100 billion nerve cells in the brain. 1 billion is 100 crores. So you understand how many crores of brain cells we have. Now, if for some God forbidden reason blood supply does not go to that area of the brain, then for every second that there is no blood supply, 32,000 brain cells are damaged or died. Per minute, 1.9 million or 19 lakh nerve cells are damaged per hour, but 120 million or 112 crore nerve cells are damaged. And for an average stroke who does not come in that window period of 3 to 4.5 hours, 1.2 billion or 120 crore nerve cells are lost. So can you imagine each of these nerve cells, a group of nerve cells, get connected to a circuit which takes care of brushing, eating, dressing, walking, talking, memory, color vision, whatever it is. So depending on which of the circuits get damaged in the brain because of the stroke, that function doesn't happen. So this is what is a very important message. Time is brain is what we call. Every minute is important. Make sure you rush them to a nearest stroke ready hospital. Now for whatever reason the stroke has happened, whether within the golden hour, after the golden hour, but your patient is left with a disability. Either he is semi-conscious, unconscious, or minimally conscious but is not able to talk, walk, eat, move the right side, move the left side, whatever, can't turn in bed, use the bathroom, whatever it is. That means this patient is having a serious disability because of the effect of the stroke. The stroke could also have been because of hemorrhage in the brain. That's a different type of stroke. That also could have happened. Irrespective of cause of this type of stroke, with these disabilities, you can't take the patient home. Many hospitals discharge these patients and say now that the main care is over, rest of it can be done at home with some physiotherapy. What you need is not just basic physiotherapy, you need something called organized and comprehensive advanced neuro rehabilitation. This is where again we as PRS Neurosciences have large expertise for over 10 years in treating such patients and bringing many of them back into the community and get them back on their feet. So in case you have a patient of stroke in your house who has survived the acute phase, disabled at home, who needs rehabilitation to get their abilities back, and rehabilitation includes physiotherapy, occupational therapy, speech therapy, language therapy, swallow therapy, behavior therapy, cognitive therapy, memory therapy, pain therapy, and even coma therapy to wake up the patients from the unconscious state. You have to bring them to people like us who comprehensively manage strokes and not go to a closed physiotherapist who is not organized and does not know well enough how this has to be handled. So these are the three messages from me. Prevent the stroke. If you can't prevent the stroke, detect the stroke early. If you can't have done that, or even if you did, there's some disability left, find a good comprehensive neuro rehabilitation unit like PRS Neurosciences. We work under the brand name of Neuro. We also do Ayurvedic services under the brand name of Ayo Neuro, and we will be more than happy to get your patient back on their feet. Thank you very much. Jai Hind.